there, I'm Gabrielle and I work at The Running Stitch. Today I like to show you the Triangle Square Up Ruler. It's a Quilt in a Day ruler by Eleanor Burns. It's a lovely ruler if you want to do a lot of squaring up of these lovely little triangles right here. That's the littlest one you could ever make out of this wonderful ruler. So the ruler can go up to 6.5 inches. You have your half numbers on this side and you have your whole numbers on this side. So I'm going to show you how it's used and how you can get multiple half square triangles. It's an amazing ruler for squaring up squares. In front of me here I have the tiniest of little half squares, and what I started off with is 2 squares right sides together. I drew my line from corner to corner, did a 1/4 inch seam on either side, and then I cut it open. So there's half of one and half of another little one. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to line it up. Now I don't know if we can get this really close up, and I don't know if you can see this. You have your seam line, the thread line right here, and you line that up with your number 1. So I'm basically squaring it up to 1 inch. I'm going to take my rotary cutter and give it a cut this way. It is now squared up, and if you want to get rid of your little fabric ears, you just turn over this little lovely triangle, pick it up, and cut off the 2 fabric ears. And now what you have produced is a perfect square with 2 little triangles. That is amazing. Now you can press these open, you can press them to one side, whatever you like. I'm going to show you the multiple way of making 8 half square triangles in one easy way by using 2 squares. So here I've already actually started. I've cut my 2 squares. I've put right sides together, and then I've marked from corner to corner a line to mark an X. I've done a 1/4 inch on all those 2 lines. I've done a 1/4 inch on either side. I usually like to press everything down to set the seam so that it doesn't have any wobbles, and then it is as easy as taking your larger ruler and you're going to cut it from corner to corner, and then you're going to cut it from one edge to the other edge and turn it. There we go. So I have now cut it. So I have now producing 8 squares ready for cutting. Now I don't know if you've noticed earlier when I did the little triangle, I trimmed it on both sides. This one, because I've cut it in 8 different pieces, I can actually potentially just cut it once to square up the square. So again, I'm using my half side, by the way. Here's my red dotted line, and I'm going to match it with my seam line. I line that up, and I also line the edge of the ruler with one edge of the triangle that I have below the ruler. There we go. We're trimmed. We're done. We're ready to rock and roll. You can trim your fabric ears and press it open or press it to side, whichever way you like to do. But there's 8 of these wonderful squares ready for stitching. You can do 1/4 square triangles as well, where again you start with 2 squares, just like you see here. Start with 2 squares, right sides together, draw your line, 1/4 inch in either side, then you break it open, and you press it, and then don't square it up yet. You're going to turn that around, butt the seams together. You're going to draw your line through and a 1/4 inch on either side. Here it is. It's ready for you. So you can see the quarter square triangle coming through quite easily already. Now you can just use your ruler, trim that in half. Don't press it open yet. You're going to take 1/2, you're going to take your ruler, and again, here I'm going to turn it on the other side, see what size I can square it up to. Brilliant. So I'm going to square it up to 4 inches. So there's my green line, if you can see that. And I'm going to line it up with my sewing line, and my sewing line that's running this way. And now I'm going to square this up. Again, fabric ears, if you want to have that removed, you just line it up with the same number you lined up to square the square up. And there you go, a beautiful quarter square triangle. And if you want, watch this, you just pull your seams apart and you can get a lovely little pinwheel. Lovely little pinwheel right there. And that makes a beautiful flat little quarter square triangle. So there it is, the triangle square up ruler. It comes at 6.5. And actually we also have a 9.5 available as well for those who really want to make large half square triangle and square them up really quickly. Just a quick note too, by the way, Eleanor Burns does provide you with a really well done instructional sheet. It is one of my favorite rulers. I can now square up my squares really fast. Thank you so much. I'm Gabrielle. I work at The Running Stitch. If you need to reach us, you can go through our internet address of www.therunningstitch.ca. Take care. Have a great day.